I'm A.Whelehan, and I'm a junior, and I'm here with Michelle and Amari. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, so I'm Michelle. I'm a junior at Shepard, obviously, and we're also joined by our friend Amari.
Hi, I'm Amari, and I'm a senior at Shepard, and yeah.
All right, so our main focus is video game leaks, but as of recent, a specific game has become popular, which is Genshin Impact. And with that, there has been lots of leaks of new updates and everything on various platforms. So that's going to be our main focus topic. So to start it off, what is your guys' least favorite thing about leaks?
Well, I feel like leaks, they kind of take away from the surprise of the game. Like, we have all these developers who kind of, put their hard work into, trying to make a game where we're all treated nicely and surprised by all their hard work, but then leaks kind of, take out that, and it's it makes it less fun, and games are supposed to be fun. That's
Yeah, I
all.
know. I was just gonna say, it's kind of a wonder that video games even get released at all because there's so much that goes into it. There's designing, there's storyboarding, there's music and sound effects and all this stuff. And so people work hard on video games. Believe it or not, even if you don't respect them as an art form, they most definitely are, or they have a lot of it. So when you go into a game's data and you pull stuff and you spread it around the internet before it's supposed to be released, you are undermining people's work. You are wasting their time, and it's overall just rude. It's just a bad thing to do, and I don't understand why you need to. Just wait for the stuff to be released properly.
Exactly.
Especially for reference, all the characters in the game, which is where the leaks mostly are coming from, their designs are very detailed and their models are really very well made. So in general, you can tell that there's a lot of time and effort put into designing the character and then making the model and then releasing their animations and this and that into the game. So just overall, I think people who are beta testers or find these in any way, shape, or form are really just ruining the vibe of the game, especially since it's supposed to be a like surprise to everyone.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And
And
go ahead.
oh, thank you. And the fact that MiHoYo, the company that made Genshin, actually have changed things that were supposed to be in these leaks, and they changed characters, they changed banners, they changed a lot just from leaks. So it's not we get on no punishment. The company does have protection, I guess, but it just proves that we shouldn't be leaking so much.
They're clearly upset with it, as they should be. And one of the biggest problems, especially with Genshin itself, is that people will leak stuff and there won't be proper context to it. So recently there was a character released and she's got a how do you phrase it? She's got a background that people aren't super easy with, I guess. It doesn't sit well. But the thing is they pulled her from the files before she was done. Before she was supposed to be released, so we don't know anything about her. And so everybody latches onto the crumbs they are given from the code that was stolen from the code. And they go on rampages and they're like, "Oh, now we need to boycott the company because this character's racist because X, Y, and Z." And it's like this this character's not even supposed to be out yet. You don't know anything about them. What are you pulling from?
Exactly. I also feel like the worst thing is since Genshin is so popular right now
Mhm.
that the moment you open up things like Twitter or TikTok or even Instagram, you're thrown some sort of leak in your face, even if you
Right,
Yeah.
don't want it, because
right, and
it spreads like wildfire. So you can just open up Twitter, trying to go about your day, trying to avoid these leaks because you don't want to ruin the surprise. And there's one right in your face, and now you already know that there's a new character coming and what they look like.
right,
Right. And then, MiHoYo, of course, is a company. They are aiming to make money. Genshin Impact is a free video game, however, it does have a gacha system, which means you can spend in-game currency to try and win characters and stuff. And, there's it's all chance. But they do have a decent system. Nonetheless, um when they release characters, so like banners are when you can do that gacha system pull for a specific person. They will leak out banner characters in the future. So then people go, "Oh, I'm not going to pull. I'm not going to try and spend money on this banner." And so MiHoYo's going to lose money that way. And I understand you can be like, "Oh, they're money hungry and greedy or whatever." They're a company making money. When
Right.
you
Like,
give money to Nike, like that you're doing the same thing, you
yeah, like
know?
you're supposed to support the company that, is making this stuff for you anyway. So this, like,
Right.
hurting them is like, that's kind of messed up just to do that.
Exactly, which is moving on into our next topic of how leaks are becoming very damaging and harmful to the creators of a game, specifically MiHoYo. And as you got at with the gachas and how the whole point is for surprise characters, pooling, you can't plan ahead. It's kind of a in the moment type spending.
Right.
Like you see a banner and you're like, oh, I didn't know this character was coming. It's kind of an in the moment thing. I don't have enough saved up, so maybe I'll spend real money on in-game currency to be able to get this character.
Yeah.
So by knowing ahead of time what characters are coming, people are gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna pass. I don't need this character. I need that character, which is losing on the real life money spending aspect of the game.
Yeah, no, definitely. And the thing is that they'll leak the future character. And by the time that leaked character comes around, there's a new one that's been leaked out, and now they're skipping the old one for the new one. So nothing ever happens because, like, oh, this person's stinky. I want the new one. And it's like, why are you so worried about something that's coming months away?
Right.
Why are you so worried about what's coming to the game instead of enjoying what's in your face right now?
Right.
Another way it becomes very harmful is that a leak will come out. You're very hyped for the character. The whole community's hyped for the character. They're saving for this character, right?
Right.
Character comes out. A new leak comes. Suddenly, this character that suddenly got a lot of hype and that they put a lot of time and effort into because now they saw the hype from all the leaks
Uh-huh.
is now pushed to the side, is now on the back burner because now they're more excited about this new character, which is happening with the one of the new characters coming up in what is it? Next update, next two
Inazuma. Oh,
updates.
yeah.
And it's happening with the character coming up, Eula, and the new character whose name I forgot the name of. But people are going to be passing on her banner now because now they want to save up for this new character because he's cooler and he's got more aspects and this and that.
Right. So it's just like, well, what's even the point of it? If you're just gonna keep saving, then there's always gonna be a new character coming out, so you're never even gonna spin, which is what they want you to do. But if you're not gonna spin, then what's the point of hogging all your money? Yeah, you're just not gonna do anything.
Exactly.
It's like a cycle, I guess. But
Yeah,
I kind of, yeah, it. Like,
it's a big cycle that keeps repeating and it just keeps on going and it's nonstop. There's no end to this cycle that keeps going.
Right.
Which is overall affecting MiHoYo very negatively.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just overall disrespectful and it's having an impact obviously on the company. And like I couldn't imagine, spending hours of my day modeling these truly detailed character models and animating them and making sure that they don't clip and creating music for this game. And then some loser sitting in their basement is like, "Whoa, look at this character." It's like, why?
I especially think it's worse because currently MiHoYo has a system where there are beta testers, and these beta testers are actual players.
Okay.
So these players, instead of workers who they know and they can trust, they're trusting these random people just to get an idea and input from people of the community of the Genshin fandom, so that way they can get exact ideas of what people want. But these people are abusing their power. taking videos of their characters, they're posting it online. So it's not even just finding them in the files, they're just abusing their power that they were given.
Exactly.
Which is why we're going to move into our next topic of what consequences do you think that MiHoYo should be handing out for these leaks, if any?
Well, personally, I think they're probably gonna just stop the beta testing for players. I mean, that's one thing that's, I don't know. It feels like the biggest step, but it also feels like the most drastic to actually like show that they're serious about, leaks and
Absolutely. And it's
Yeah.
going to suck because we're not going to get the type of feedback to MiHoYo that we want from people of the fandom. We're going to get workers who sit in their office who were hired to do this job and don't really see it in the same way as someone who plays every day.
Right.
Yeah, no, punishment-wise. Well, it's copyrighted material. It's distributed illegally.
Mhm.
It really is. Like, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be under a contract that's like, you are beta testing, you're not supposed to release this footage. You know, like when people will go to see like a movie, like they get, like, I don't want to call it a beta test for a movie, but like there'll be a screening
Mhm.
for a movie. Like, you are not allowed to talk about it. If you're an extra on a movie, you are not allowed to say a word to anybody
Yeah,
until
you're
the movie
held
is
under a
released.
contract.
Right.
Which I personally am not in the beta testing, so I don't know what type of regulations they are under. But I feel like since this is pre-release material and it's copyrighted under MiHoYo, even if it's pre-released, it still should follow the same regulations as if you were an extra on a movie set.
Right.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there might be like a fine or something like that. Probably
Legal
scary.
punishment, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, legal punishment should be probably the furthest they should go, especially if they start getting tired of all the leaking.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts and ideas you want to add to the topic before we close off?
Well, for consequences, I feel like, I don't know. People are really like, I feel like they're too comfortable with leaks now, and that's just gonna cause more and more chaos and probably like a set way of how leaks come out. And it's like, I feel like MiHoYo definitely needs to take a bigger step, but at the same time, I feel like they don't want to because they really are enjoying like creating their game. So it's just like kind of sad to just seeing them that they might have to do it anyway.
Absolutely. It's just become the norm, which is awful for MiHoYo, who is putting a lot of time and effort into this game.
Right.
Yeah, so instead of looking forward to the streams that MiHoYo does, and they get like the voice actors in the game to like come and voice like their characters, and they get them to like give the actual update, like the official updates. Instead of going to that, the Genshin fandom is going to Twitter to go see what leakers are telling us. To go see, oh, well, I don't want to play the new area for myself. I want to see you show it to me. And it's like, what's the fun in that? So now, like, just basically rounding up what I said, like, they're not going to the official broadcast. They're going to leakers online to see what's coming. And that's destroying MiHoYo's.
Once again, destroying MiHoYo's hard work that they put into everything presentable and just something people want to appreciate, which is no longer being appreciated at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's everything that we pretty much are going to be able to cover within this podcast alone, overall leaks, especially specific to this franchise. I think we've covered a lot that's been going on and the issues. So that will be it for our game video game leaks podcast. Anything else you guys want to say before we stop?
I think I'm good.